Hi friends. Ow, that was a good start. Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello, hi, good day. Today's video, first of all, candle of the day is the Dream Linen and Lavender candle. Amazing. I love lavender. I love the smell of linen. Everything. Hi. So today's video, we are doing a tag. Oh, okay. If you've been watching for a while, you know how much I love tag videos. I always think they're so fun. I think it's a great way to talk about a specific topic in just kind of an entertaining way. And I also love to see other people do tags. So this tag I actually got from Allie Glines here on YouTube, who is a channel that I just absolutely adore. She's the sweetest human being on the planet. Also, I saw a few of my mutuals do it. So I saw like 90s Love Child do a video. I saw my friend Michelle do this a couple of months ago. So I thought I would be very late and hop onto the trend as well and just kind of talk about makeup opinions. I was reading through the questions and I actually feel like this could be kind of a fun way for people who maybe haven't been following the channel for a long time to kind of see different makeup preferences and sort of the makeup journey that I went on to get to where we are today. So let's do this. The very first question is, what is the oldest makeup product in your collection? And I thought about this before I started filming because I was like, man, what is the oldest product in my collection? And I am 99% sure that the oldest product currently in my collection is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I'm pretty sure it was one of the, I think it was the third or fourth eyeshadow palette I ever bought. I got rid of my OG Naked palette a while back, and I also got rid of my Too Faced Chocolate Bar, which were kind of my first two. And then I remember getting the Too Faced Sweet Peach. I remember I bought it for myself as a gift to myself for my 22nd birthday, and I brought it home to Charles and I was like, smell, it smells like peaches, and he was like, ew. And that's when he started hating Too Faced. He was really ahead of the curve on hating Too Faced, but mine was definitely, I'm pretty sure it's the Sweet Peach palette, and I still have that palette because it still works. It just like still performs nicely, so I like to keep it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my Becca highlighter I still have, my Becca highlighter in Moonstone, which was one of my very first sort of high-end highlighters that I got. So I still have that. I started makeup so long ago though that I think the stuff that I had when I first started, most of it either was expired or I like got rid of it at some point in time. So yeah, I think those two though were from like the early collection. Those two I still have and keep around. The next is, what is your most recent makeup purchase? If we're talking just sort of cosmetics in general, I just bought some Tony Moly face masks. I love those face masks. I think they're amazing. But if we're talking like makeup, let me check Sephora. So it was actually three things, and it was from the Sephora. It was when the Sephora VIB sale happened, and I actually went and picked these items up in person because they didn't have them available online, but they had them at my local store. So I got the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream Moisturizer. I got the Instant Eyeshadow Palette, the Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette, which I have been not wanting to get for so long because I thought it was really overpriced, but wouldn't you know it, I've used it almost every day since buying it because I love it. And then I also got the Sunkissed Bronzing Cream from NARS. I will say, of those things I bought though, the Magic Cream is incredibly overpriced for what it is and not worth it. The eyeshadow palette is great, and the Bronzing Cream from NARS is actually surprisingly very good. I really liked it. So, what is the first makeup product you ever used? So realistically, it was definitely stage makeup. I did theater growing up. Shocking, I know. And weirdly, I don't remember the stage makeup I actually used. All I remember is that my mom made us use this like cold cream. Is that what it's called? Cold cream. She made us use this like really intense makeup remover. It was like she didn't want our faces to like break out at a young age, so she made us use cold cream, and it has such a distinct smell that if I smelled it, I feel like I would be backstage again looking in like the green room mirror wiping my makeup off. Like I could visualize it perfectly from that smell. But if I'm thinking high school, so there's that. When I was young, like a kid, I used stage makeup. If I'm thinking like adolescence, like teenage years, it was a CoverGirl eyeliner. And that was it. All I would do to like go out would be put on eyeliner. That was literally my makeup routine. And in high school, like that's all I did, except senior year. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna spice it up. I'm gonna like really work on my appearance this year. Because pretty much all of high school, I didn't care at all about how I looked. And just like literally not at all. And so my senior year, I went to Ulta and they gave me this foundation, but I cannot for the life of me remember what this foundation was. So I would just do a full face of full coverage foundation, nothing else, and then eyeliner. And then as an adult, the first makeup product I ever tried was actually besides my Naked original palette, the second makeup thing I ever bought was I am 90% sure it was fake, Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, because I've tried to find this glow kit and it like doesn't exist. I bought it. I'm pretty sure I got it on Amazon and it was really cheap. So I'm pretty sure it was fake and it probably had a bunch of disgusting chemicals in it and was like horrible for me. And I'm very lucky that I didn't have something awful happen from that. But yeah, I had a fake glow kit for like a minute. And that was like the first real makeup I tried. And I remember trying it and it was awful. And I was trying to convince myself that it was great. Like I would like literally, you'd have to dig to get any product because it was fake. And so it was really bad. And I would like be digging for product just to get a little bit of glow on my face. But that started my love of highlighter. I love highlighter to this day. So yeah, I think those were kind of my first attempts at makeup. What is a makeup trend that you used to love but now you hate? Liquid lipstick, 100%. I have no idea how or why I used to wear matte liquid lipstick on my lips. I used to hate gloss. I was so against gloss because I felt like it made my lips look even smaller. Like I felt like it didn't do my lips justice, but I look at old pictures of me with liquid lipstick and I am just absolutely mortified. Like my lips look so little and dry and crusty and like I don't know why I thought that was it. I own so many liquid lipsticks too. I still do own a few, but I really went through and knocked out a lot of the ones I owned and I decluttered or just threw them out because a lot of them went bad. So yeah, liquid lipstick, I cannot believe I bought into that trend. It was really those Kylie lip kits. One of the first actual lipsticks I ever used was a Kylie lip kit. So I thought that's what it was supposed to feel like. Like I thought your lips were supposed to feel like they were cracking off your face. I just thought that's what it was. I thought that was the experience. And it turns out, nope, liquid lipsticks just suck. So I really, really hate liquid lipstick for sure. I'm happy the trend has gotten off of that too. What is a makeup trend that you used to hate but now you love? Well, definitely gloss, obviously. I love gloss now. And also I would say I used to really hate blush. Not even hate it, I just was very indifferent to blush and I personally did not like the look of like blush cheeks. And I think a big reason for that was because I grew up with just naturally very like my cheeks are big and they're like really rounded and I always had like kind of red around my cheeks. Nothing crazy, just like always my cheeks were a little red. So when I started using makeup, I liked that I could cover up that redness that was there. But now I kind of love the sort of naturally red look. Like I love having really flushed blush cheeks. Blushes have become some of my favorite makeup products. So I'm actually really glad that that blush trend got big. When it first started, I was like, oh no, because I always used to get made fun of for my cheeks and like my cheeks being red and everything. But now I'm actually embracing it and I love it. I think it's fun. What is your favorite step in your makeup routine? Highlight. Always will be. I love no, I love highlighter. I just think it looks so, I don't know. I said this in a recent video too, but it just makes me feel pretty. Like every time I put on highlighter, I just feel so pretty and I just feel so good and I just feel so glowy and happy. And I know it like low-key makes me look sweaty. And I know that low-key I do too much sometimes and I highlight too many parts of my face. Like people hate that I highlight my chin, but I just love it. It makes me so happy. I feel so good when I do it. And it always just, I feel like it takes any makeup look from me being like, to then I'm like, oh my God, I'm a goddess. Like I just immediately go into goddess mode the second I start highlighting. And then I also weirdly love doing foundation just because I find it very relaxing. Doing the whole base routine as far as like foundation, concealer, primer, I go into like a meditative state for some reason for those 3 parts and I just truly like think nothing. Like I think about, I don't know if it's because I'm focusing or like what, but when I start applying foundation, like primer, foundation, and concealer. It's really not till the powder that I kind of snap out of it. But yeah, those, I like doing that part because it just feels very sort of methodical and like meditative almost, which I think is fun. I don't have to think about anything big. I think I like it. That's why I think I like it, because it's the one step in my makeup where I don't really have to think about anything that I'm doing. Like I don't have to focus on it. Like when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I have to really try to focus, or if I'm doing my brows, I have to try to focus. Lips, I really try to focus. Everything else I have to think about, but as far as that process, like there's not too much to think about. It's almost like muscle memory applying those products. What is a makeup product you can't live without? It's really difficult. I wonder if it's like a so there's two different answers here, because if we're talking makeup product I couldn't live without, as far as like just a product, like a physical step in makeup, I would say concealer, because concealer is one of my, I feel like you can do a lot with concealer, like truly. Concealer is probably the big one for me, but if I'm saying like a product in general, if I could pick any product, there's so many things that come to mind. Obviously the Kaja bento boxes come to mind, but is that too niche? No, I think I am gonna pick the Kaja bento boxes. They really, I truly feel like if I couldn't have any other eyeshadow, but I had all my other makeup, I could make it with the Kaja bento boxes, because I could use a blush or a bronzer for the base color. I'm wearing them today on my inner corner. Like I pretty much almost every single time I do my makeup, unless it's like an all matte look or I'm using something else, I pretty much always apply the Kaja bento boxes. They are just my all-time favorite shimmers, and I feel like they really elevate any eye look. So probably the Kaja bento boxes would be the answer to this. I just think they're so, ever since I first tried them, I knew I was going to love them, and I do. Like I really truly adore the products. What sparked your love for makeup? Well, I was really depressed. I really was. I was really in like a bad space mentally. It was right when I first started having panic attacks, and I was not coping well with those, because it was like I'd gone 20 years of my life without I'd had mild anxiety, but like without having like panic attacks, and then I started having panic attacks. I would have multiples every day. Like it impacted my life, so not to make this too deep because I know it's like a makeup video, but it impacted my life really severely, to the point where I like couldn't drive, I couldn't work. Like it was a really bad situation. And I just started seeing people on Instagram doing this makeup where they were like contouring, and they were like, and you know, there's the Kardashians and they're all contouring and doing all this stuff. And I was like, I want to learn how to do that. Like, I really think that seems cool, like to be able to do makeup like that just seems cool. And so I bought like a few different, first I started trying to use the makeup that I already owned, which was like an assortment of random crap that I had accumulated doing theater. So I tried to do that and I didn't have the right stuff. So then I went to CVS and I bought like random stuff. And then it really just spiraled from there. Like I got my first Naked palette, and then Charles kind of encouraged me to start watching YouTube videos, because he was like, you're bored all the time, like watch YouTube videos. And I'd never watched YouTube really before that. I did when I was a kid, but this is such a long story. I did when I was a kid, but then I stopped watching YouTube as like an adult and a teenager. And then Charles was like, you should watch YouTube. Like, I like watching YouTube. Maybe you like it. And so I started watching makeup YouTubers, and that really got me into it, because then they were like, they would recommend things and all of that. So I think that was kind of the path it took me down. But really the big thing about makeup that I've always loved from the start is just that it's very relaxing for me to do. And it makes me feel, it's sort of like my meditation for the day. I've always said that as doing makeup. And also, I'm a very creative person, but I don't necessarily have the sort of like detail-oriented, or like, I get, what's the word? I'm not patient. Like, I'm just not patient enough to do things that are super detailed. And so my art, when I paint and stuff, it always looks kind of bad. Because it's just really rushed. But with makeup, you can still do fun, creative things. And for whatever reason, I feel more inclined to be like a little bit more into it. Like take that extra minute to blend or do stuff like that. What is the worst makeup look you've ever done? There's so many. There's so many. Let me look at my Instagram really quick and see if I can find one that I'm like, really don't like. Okay, this one's pretty bad. It's the wavy lips for me. No, this one's pretty bad. Yeah, this one is not my best. I really didn't know how to apply anything. I had a YouTube channel at this point, and I did a review of the Sephora, this was in 2018, a Sephora Pro mini palette, and I cannot believe that this has 74 likes. This is really bad. The nude lipstick that is completely not good, the highlighter, like the eyeliner that doesn't go fully down to the eye, so I just have gaps. The actual like color on the eye is horrific. I will say, no, there's really nothing good about this. It also looks like I didn't put on any bronzer, so it's just like a full base with no definition. This is not my best look. Yeah, that one was pretty bad. Not my best. My favorite makeup look is probably in this picture. I do a very similar makeup look now. I think I kind of have a bit of a routine, but there wasn't this one. I did a sort of like, I don't love the makeup look in general, but I love the eyes in this one where I was using the Manny Lunar Beauty, their new palette that had come out. It was like the cool toned one. I just love how the eyes on this one came out. I feel like the eyes came out so pretty and just like so different from what I normally do, but I felt so good in it. Like I felt super confident and I felt like it just looked gorgeous. So definitely this was one of my most recently my favorite eye looks. I also, as far as like cohesive look, this is a perfect one because this one was with the Raw Beauty Kristi ColourPop whole collection. I used like the liners and everything too. And I just love how this look came together. I love that the blush perfectly matches the pink in the eyes. This is one of my favorite pictures of myself, like ever. I love how the gloss looks. It's just perfectly glossy. Kind of wish my brows were a little bit better, kind of like how they are now, but brows are not horrible. I feel like the base looks really nice. Like I feel like this is one of my favorite makeup looks I've done recently. And I also love the blend from the pink to the purple to the shimmer. Like I think all of that was really good. And also the pop of yellow was exactly what I wanted it to be. So yeah, definitely this is one of my favorite makeup looks I've done in a while. What is your favorite drugstore makeup product? Ooh, Maybelline Fit Me powder? That seems right. I'm pretty sure it's the Maybelline Fit Me powder. What is your favorite splurge makeup product? Probably my Pat McGrath palettes. I love those palettes so much, really. Like I know that they're expensive and they really are like stupidly expensive, but the shimmers just make me so happy. And whenever I wear them, I feel so pretty and just like sparkly. Like on top of the Kajo bento boxes, it's some of my favorite shimmer formula. I based one of my palettes, the Smokey Glow eyeshadows, I based it wanting to sort of mimic that effect that Pat McGrath has because I genuinely feel like they're some of the prettiest shadows in the game. Like I just feel like they're so beautiful. The thing that sucks for me is I don't use the mattes. Like I just don't utilize them. And she doesn't make any products right now that like I would love to have just because I wish she would make a quad of only transformative beautiful shimmers. Like stop making other shadows and just give me the transforming beautiful shimmers because that's all I want. So that is definitely my favorite splurge makeup because I really like go back and forth on if I can justify the price because I don't really use the mattes, but the shimmers are just so unreal that it's like definitely a luxury splurge where I'm like, I know I'm not getting my money's worth out of this, but I don't care because the shimmers bring me intense joy. What is your most repurchased makeup product? Definitely the Makeup Revolution foundation stick. That and probably also, I think I've gone through 3 of the Makeup Forever concealers. So those 2 are probably close. I think I've gone through 4 of the foundation sticks and 3 of the concealers. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I repurchase regularly like that, but I think those are the only ones. What is your earliest makeup memory? I already kind of talked about this, but definitely the cold cream, wiping that off after shows, yeah. But also that makeup wasn't like real. Like I wonder if I can find the picture when I was the genie in my 5th grade plays, my 5th grade's production of Aladdin. And I painted my entire body that would have been visible in like a t-shirt, and I believe I wore gauchos because it was the early 2000s. My entire body I painted head to toe in blue paint, like blue makeup paint. And that was a moment. If I can find the picture, I'll put it here, but I'm pretty sure it's still on Facebook somewhere. Like I guarantee one of my parents still has that picture up, but that was definitely what some of my earliest makeup memories was, like doing like face paint for theater productions. What is your favorite place to shop for makeup? Oh, I love Sephora because I like some of the brands they have more, but I'm definitely like an Ulta person because their point system is supreme. Like their point system, I have so much Sephora money that I am just saving for one day. I'm just gonna go on a freaking shopping spree and I'm just gonna buy whatever I want. So yeah, I have a lot of Ulta money and I love their reward system. Like I love that you can get 5 times the points just like randomly. I also just love the vibe shopping. I know I haven't been in person in a while, but I love the vibe shopping in Ulta because it just feels a lot less intimidating. Like it feels like, I don't know, I think Sephora does that on purpose. They want to be kind of like the cold, you know, like bitchy side of the beauty community. But like, I just love walking into Ulta and feeling like I'm gonna just like find what I want and not be judged and like everything's gonna be fine. Like I just love the vibe of Ulta a lot more as well. What is the most underrated makeup product that you own? I have to say, I never hear anybody talking about the doll light besides Nikki Tutorial. She's the only one I've ever really seen. I never hear people hype up the doll light highlighters. And that is so confusing to me because if we are talking like blinding, see me from outer space, beautiful glow that still somehow looks semi-natural, it's the doll light highlighters. Like they are unreal in formula. They are so, let me swatch it. Packaging is super cute. It did like wipe off, but like I literally don't care. It is so blinding and just like stunning. Like not even wet looking, which I do adore a wet looking highlighter. It is just pure radiance, like pure blinding glow. And that was, I'm not kidding. I dipped in and went doot doot and then wiped it on. Like it's so pigmented. It's very easy to go overboard with it. So I will say you should be a little careful, but so underrated. And I never hear anybody talk about doll light like as a brand. I don't even really know anything from them other than this highlighter, but I got this on sale at Beauty Bay during a Black Friday sale and I have not regretted this purchase ever since. It's stunning. So good. Like such a randomly good highlighter that I never hear people hype up. What is the most overrated makeup product you own? I would definitely say any of my Natasha Denona palettes. I think that the palettes get a lot, besides the Biba. I do love my Biba palette, but I think that for the most part, her palettes get a lot of praise for being subpar. I don't think they're bad. I just don't think that they justify the price point. Like, and I feel like everybody, especially in like circa 2017 beauty YouTube, sort of tried to convince everybody that it was like so specifically good and like so specially good that it was like absolutely worth the money. And in reality, it's not. In my opinion, you can have a different opinion, but in my opinion, they're overrated. And I still own them. Like, they're okay. Overrated. Definitely overrated. What is a discontinued makeup product that you wish would come back? Honestly, I haven't even tried it, but I just have heard so much about the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask that when it got changed, everybody was so upset. So I couldn't join in and being upset because I had never tried it. But I wish that they would change it back so I could. It seems like it was like unreal, amazing. It's almost like a legend of makeup is this Agave Lip Mask, and I never got to try it. So I think that, and also the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Makeup by Mario palette. I almost bought that secondhand so many times. And honestly, looking at the palette now, it's not even that interesting. But I just spent so much of my time lusting after that palette when I first got into makeup, because I got into makeup right after it had gotten big and like launched and everything. So that I would have loved to just like try, you know? I think that one is more like, realistically, I do not need that palette. And like, it wouldn't really be worth it to buy it, but I just felt like I missed something so special because all of the sort of makeup videos that I was watching at the time were raving about the palette still. So I just felt like I missed out. I had like severe FOMO about that palette for sure, yes. Where do you go for makeup inspiration? TikTok. I love screenshotting or saving TikTok videos from makeup creators and trying to sort of recreate the looks that they do or the looks that they put out. So TikTok has been a big place where I see and find, like, especially smaller MUAs are always doing the most creative stuff. What do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? I really hope to see less of like just annoying marketing. I know that this is like kind of beating a dead horse. I think I'm just sick of gimmicks. And not even in the sense that like, oh, I don't like a good gimmick if the product is good. Like, I love cutesy stuff. Like, give me a reason to love your heart-shaped soft blush. Like, I want to love it because I love cutesy stuff. I love pretty things, but I hate this trend of makeup that is really subpar, but everybody buys into it and gets sucked into it because the packaging is cute or because it's themed around something that is nostalgic for you. Or if you're gonna put out something like that, I hate that brands are starting to only rely on a built-in audience buying something like that, or they're starting to rely on people finding it cutesy, so that's why, you know what I mean? Like, I wish that products had quality to them always, and also have these cutesy little gimmicks. I would hate all these gimmicks a lot less and be way more trusting in them and be like willing to enjoy them if the quality was consistently there for a lot of these brands, but sadly, it's just not. So I hope to see less of that. I hope to see more quality and like still gimmick, but just like up the freaking quality. And then what do I hope to see more of in makeup's future? You know, I talked about this before, but I feel like it's worth talking about again. And this is more again for like the makeup industry and less about like makeup trends, because honestly, the makeup trends that are happening right now are exactly what I would want. Like, I love the glowy skin, the gloss, like I love all of that. The thing that I would love to see more in the makeup industry as a whole is starting to see more representation for everybody in makeup campaigns and makeup marketing. There's so many different sort of people on a skin spectrum that are constantly neglected from ad campaigns. And I also think that we need to start seeing more representation as far as size inclusivity and like seeing plus size women marketing makeup. That would be amazing. Hiring models who are wheelchair users, hiring models who are hearing impaired. I saw the other day on Twitter a girl talk about how an earring model for a brand used a hearing aid, and just how like that little thing meant so much to her and like made her feel so seen. And I feel like there's enough people in the world now and enough people using makeup, given that it's a like multi-billion-dollar industry, that there's no reason to not see a wide variety of people represented in makeup. Like, it just seems like there's no reason to not have more people represented in the makeup industry. I think would be amazing to see. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Make sure you go check out Allie's video, and I will link some other people down below who have done this tag. And thank you to Allie for creating such a fun tag. I love tags. I always have. I always will. And yeah, thank you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're here watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything I am wearing on my face, including my podcast and my vlog channel, will be linked down below in the description, so you can go check those out. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
What?